Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Speak It Like a Pro, the podcast where we dive into everything that helps you master not just English, but also life skills. I'm Omar, your co-host, and today, as always, I'm joined by the insightful and always inspiring Adam. Adam, how's it going?
Hey Omar, I'm doing fantastic. And hello to all our amazing listeners out there. Whether this is your first time tuning in or you've been with us since the beginning, we're so glad to have you here today.
Absolutely. And today's topic is one that every single one of us can benefit from: improving our memory.
That's right. Memory isn't just about remembering where you parked your car or recalling the name of someone you just met. It's about retaining knowledge, staying sharp, and even improving your overall focus.
You nailed it, Adam. And let's be honest, memory impacts almost everything we do. Whether you're a student trying to ace exams, a professional juggling projects, or just someone who wants to remember important moments with loved ones, improving your memory is a game changer.
It sure is. And in this episode, we're not just going to talk about why memory is important. We're going to share practical tips, proven strategies, and even some personal stories that will inspire you to take control of your mind.
All right, let's kick things off with the basics. Adam, let me ask you this. Why do you think so many people struggle with memory in today's world?
Great question, Omar. I think a big part of it is our modern lifestyle. We're constantly bombarded with information: social media, news updates, emails. It's like our brains are on overload. And when we don't give ourselves time to process or organize this information, it just doesn't stick.
That's such a good point. It's almost like our brains are trying to juggle too many balls at once. And when that happens, it's easy to drop a few.
Exactly. But the good news is that our brains are incredibly adaptable. With the right techniques, we can train ourselves to focus better, learn faster, and remember more.
Let's start with one of the most effective memory techniques: active recall.
Ah, yes. Active recall is a game changer. Instead of just reviewing material passively, like rereading a book or notes, you actively test yourself.
Right. It forces your brain to retrieve information, which strengthens the neural connections. For example, if you're studying English vocabulary, don't just read a list of words. Quiz yourself. Cover the meanings and try to recall them without looking.
And it works for more than just language learning. If you're preparing for a presentation at work, instead of reading your slides over and over, try delivering your speech from memory. It's challenging, but it's also incredibly effective.
That's true. And studies show that active recall is far more effective than passive review because it mimics real-life scenarios where you need to remember information.
Another powerful tool is spaced repetition. It's about revisiting information at increasing intervals of time to ensure it moves from short-term memory to long-term memory.
Yes, apps like Anki are great for this. They use algorithms to remind you of what you need to review and when.
And the beauty of spaced repetition is that it saves time. You focus only on the information you're close to forgetting instead of going over everything repeatedly.
Exactly. It's efficient and effective. A win-win. Let's talk about visualization and association. These are two of my favorite techniques.
Oh, absolutely. The brain loves images and connections. If you can link new information to something visual or something you already know, it's much easier to remember.
For instance, if you're trying to remember someone's name, you could associate their name with an image. Let's say their name is Rose. Imagine a vibrant rose blooming every time you see them.
That's brilliant. And it works the other way too. If you're learning something abstract, like a concept in science or philosophy, try creating a mental picture to represent it.
And this technique isn't new. It's been used for centuries. Think about memory champions. They use visualization to memorize entire decks of cards or long strings of numbers.
Let's not forget about one of the most underrated memory tools: sleep.
Oh, sleep is huge. During sleep, especially during the deep and REM stages, our brains consolidate memories. It's like your brain is organizing and filing everything you learned during the day.
Exactly. And if you're not getting enough quality sleep, it's like trying to save files on a computer without hitting the save button.
That's such a great analogy. So if you want to boost your memory, make sure you're getting at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night. Let's take a quick break and invite our listeners to participate. If you're listening, we challenge you to try a simple memory exercise this week.
Yes. Here's one to start with. Every night before bed, take a moment to recall 3 things you learned or experienced during the day.
And here's another fun one. Pick a short poem or quote and try to memorize it by repeating it out loud. Then test yourself the next day to see how much you remember.
These small exercises can make a big difference over time. And if you try them, let us know how it goes.
Stress is another factor that can significantly impact memory. When we're stressed, our brains release cortisol, which can interfere with the formation of new memories.
That's true. Chronic stress can even shrink the hippocampus, the part of the brain responsible for memory and learning.
The good news is that there are plenty of ways to reduce stress, whether it's through exercise, meditation, spending time with loved ones, or even just taking a few deep breaths.
And don't forget about laughter. It's a great stress reliever and has been shown to improve cognitive function as well. Here's a strategy that ties everything together. Never stop learning.
I love that. Lifelong learning keeps your brain engaged and active. It's like exercise for your mind.
Exactly. Whether it's picking up a new language, learning to play an instrument, or exploring a hobby you've always been curious about, the act of learning strengthens your brain's capacity to adapt and grow.
And the beauty of it is that it's never too late. Studies have shown that even in old age, the brain can form new connections and grow stronger with learning. Wow, Adam, this has been such an insightful conversation. I've learned so much, and I hope our listeners have too.
Same here, Omar. It's amazing to think about how many simple changes we can make to improve our memory and, by extension, our lives.
Absolutely. And to all our listeners, thank you for joining us on this journey. Remember, memory improvement is a skill that anyone can develop. Start small, stay consistent, and watch how it transforms your life.
Well said, Omar. And as always, if you enjoyed this episode, please share it with friends, leave a review, and let us know your thoughts.
Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and of course, keep speaking it like a pro.
Take care, everyone. See you in the next episode.
Thanks for listening to Speak It Like a Pro. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe and share. Keep practicing, and remember, you're closer to fluency every day. See you next time.